Yeah, so you technically, I guess you could say you have like 3 jump heights, where it's like you have your full hop, your short hop, and your super jump. I guess if you want to count rush as a jump, it's pretty close to your full hop as well too. Also, you can do that, right? You just go right into your float. So if you count that as part of the jump, then yeah, it's obviously much higher. Even like,
There's like saying there's like easy amounts of like ways to enter.
mm-hmm.
Like it's not just like, oh, I'm jumping in or I'm like doing the double jump mix up that you do in Ultimate. Like
Yeah,
there's
just
just
doing
like
this.
yeah, and like this character, I feel like this character just has like a lot of timing mix ups just because of like the flow, like everything else. Like and she like flies too. Like
Yeah,
when she
yo.
like goes into it, pretty cool.
Also, you can slip off the edge of the platform and get speed boost as well, right? So for your, I don't know how much that affects your float, but as far as the initial dash out of your rush is probably insane.
Yeah, she kind of just like I think like slightly skirts with her broom like right through the platform is
Mm-hmm.
like it's a very cool feeling animation is what it is
Yeah, it's
like
sick.
that. One thing that I noticed though is like she's susceptible to getting like rushed down pretty hard. Like when I was playing, they gave me no time to set up.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I was also playing like Smash and I was like trying to play a coverage game as opposed to a more aggressive game. So that probably was the reason.
It's a
Like
big transition for sure.
setting up is like pretty hard with her.
I would treat her
So
setting up. I'd say it's more like Villager, where it's like you don't just put out your seed. Like what's the same thing with Villager when he puts out his tree, like the seed. He doesn't just put it out and it instantly grows. He has to like have time to put it out because when he's watering it, for example, he's completely vulnerable. The tree can grow and actually hit someone, but during the watering phase, he can't shield, he can't really stop it or do anything. He's just doing it. So for you, it's like if you just put out seed and then you try and bite it and then try and do something with that immediately and I'm just running at you, like you're not gonna have time. So what you're gonna want to do instead is you can use your boomerang, but also just fight normal, and then you have a decision to be made, almost like Steve, even where it's like Steve can go and ledge trap you, or he can mine. For you, it's like I can go and be aggressive off stage, or I can like let's say put out a seed, bite it, put down the plant, something like that. So you have some options. Even just putting it out on the stage and just leaving it, I can't hit it or stop it or do anything to it, right? As far as just to see this. Also, if it's just there, you can always set it up in a spot that you want for later. And then like let's say you want to set up a ledge trap quick, you want to put the plant like right here, for example, right, or like up here or something. Then after that, like let's say you knock me off stage, you immediately go back, bite it right here, and then just you're chilling. It's that last hit, it's all good. The other thing too is like if your character is more so designed to set up and stuff, if you feel like you have to run, that's what you have to do, right? Don't think, oh well, I'm playing in a certain way because I don't know what I'm doing. Even at higher levels of play, you're not really the Rushdown type character because you don't have a lot of range, right? There's characters that can outrange you like crazy. So if you have to set something up first and then get in there, then that's totally fine. So in that situation there, of course you didn't die, but if I did that closer to the center stage and you could have died, then that's where you want to burst, right?
yeah.
I will say too, when I was first learning, I never used burst. I just let myself die all the time.
Well, were the inputs for burst is like jump and rush at the same
It's
time?
rush and shield at the same time.
Rush and shield. Oh, you could hit that.
Yeah, it's like DDD Gordo.
Gordo.
Yeah. Oops.
I was just gonna try to grab you.
It's all good. Grabbing is very hard in this game. I know we touched on it briefly before, but like dashing in and just going for a grab, like as a whip punish, is typically not even really worth doing. Grabbing is more like a combo extending tool or like a tech chasing option. Because if someone does a neutral getup, you can grab them out of a neutral getup. I don't know what I'm doing.
Go.
Yo, he's sick? Almost. Yo, oh my.
Damn.
Not like this.
I just got clipped.
36%? Yo.
Oh.
Mine,
Yeah, nice.
mine was
Yeah,
nicer
yeah.
those two.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I am in the Discord for their for Rushdown, and they have a tournament, an online tournament this Sunday for $2,500 for the prize pool.
For an online tournament.
Yes,
Holy
sir.
shit.
It's just cracked. If I was good enough to play in it, I would. Like I can, well, you can be any level to play, but like I'm not. There's no chance I'm winning that shit.
How good is like DI up versus like because ultimate generally is like DI away and DI in except
So
exception.
I was actually going to just mention that right now. The way that this game works for the most part, DIing up or down is typically your best bet of actually surviving versus DIing in or out. So it's kind of the opposite. And the reason being is like more often than not, you want to try and DI towards a platform or a surface, I should put it. So if you get to the ground or you can get to a platform, it gives you a chance to tech. And the way this game works as well, when you tech, you don't have like there's no laying down animation. As soon as you hit the ground, you just immediately get up with whatever you're trying to do. Right? So if you do like get up attack, it's not really even get up attack. It's more so like tech attack. Right? So the second you hit the ground, if you hit attack, you'll literally bounce off the ground and attack instantly. Right? So it's not like you miss your tech and then you lay on the ground and then you do get up attack. So it's quite fast. It's not bad for getting out of stuff. Obviously, you have full body iframes on that as well. I recommend doing it on a platform more so than on the ground. But if your opponent doesn't respect it, then you kind of get out of stuff. I wouldn't say for free, but relatively for free, unless they're really paying attention. But yeah, as far as DIing, more often than not, if you just DI away, characters are typically so fast horizontal that if you just go horizontal, it's a lot less committal for me to just brain dead go forward and chase you. But if you start to DI up or like up and in or even up and out slightly, if I just spark forward, I can completely miss because you just go a little bit too high. It's also the difference for me. It's like if you DI out, I can just F tilt every single time and I'm probably going to catch you. But if you DI up or in even one time, if I go for an F tilt, I completely miss. And I have to either up tilt or I have to jump.
So it's almost basically like, I mean, the combos are not 50-50s per se, but like really DI dependent.
Yeah, if the DI wasn't strong, this game would be impossible to play defensively. You either get hit once, then nothing you can do except for like burst or hope for the best. Like, you don't want to be hoping for the best in a game like this. Like, if you just think that the other person's gonna be in a situation where they can react to everything and you can't move, like I can just do whatever I want. It's like, okay, there's basically no point in trying in that case. The way I like to think of parrying, I'm sorry, bro, it's just a joke. The way I like to think of parrying is it's literally just spot dodging, right? So if I think you're gonna hit me, it's like the way I think of it is like if I just tried to dodge this with spot dodging timing, then I would parry it. One of the things too, bro, once you get good at this game, it is so satisfying to do crazy combos because it's like you actually know what you're doing and shit literally just works out. So right here you want to burst. So that's the situation where you have to burst, right? You can try and call my bluff and think I'm not going to do it, but if you're in that situation, I might as well go for it just to force your burst out. Even if I don't get the kill, it's worth making you do that.
I think my consciousness is starting to come in, like I see things happening.
It's one of the things too. This game is very overwhelming when you're newer, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I first fought against Zero Mercury and Freezy, and it's like I might as well put my controller down. There's no point. And here's the thing: I'm still not even close to as good as them. Back when I was learning, they were just, bro. They can play any character they want and do literally whatever they want. It's like, okay, I guess I'll just die in real life because I literally couldn't do anything. But that's one thing that's good is as I got better, they couldn't do that as much. They still win all the time. I still lose basically every game, but I can at least like get kills and go off stage and parry stuff, and I'm not just getting pranked by not knowing how moves work and stuff like that too. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
I'm like pretty impressed by how expressive it is. Like I feel like I just have ideas. I don't like have the execution, but it's just like, oh, maybe with this light timing or like this light feedback, this is a thing. Or it's like with this character, like setting up like different traps is like really impressive. Like I feel like there's a lot that I can do and lab out.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing that's like super amazing about this game too, is the fact that we have the spark mechanic, which means if you are able to do anything at all with spark, it will be a true combo. So it's not like, oh, this is impossible because it just you don't have the ability to get there in time because like, I don't know, too much end leg on a move or whatever, or your character's too slow. It's like you could basically do anything you want. So the fact that that's a thing, it's like you can lab whatever you want, and your playstyle can be so insanely different from somebody else's because it's like,
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. And if I know how to do it, I can never technically prepare for you by fighting somebody else. I can know what your moves do to an extent, but to know where you're going to go and how you're going to try and mix up my DI, I have no idea. It makes it so that you get rewarded for your skill, and also you're not going to lab things that are a complete waste of time.
Also, seeing other characters, I'm surprised that I'm not extremely annoyed. In Smash, there's like at least 50 characters every time they come up in Elite Smash. I'm like,
You want to
oh,
die.
shit, here we go. Here we go again.
Oh, 100%, bro. That's the thing too. Like for me playing Falco, it's like, oh, great, Ness. Oh, sick, Sonic. Oh, sick, Yoshi, Steve. Oh my God, doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter who it is. Like, Game and Watch, Zelda, oh my, bro, Luigi, like there's so many characters. It's just pain, and like that's the thing is the game like Smash is not technically supposed to be ultra competitive. Now, obviously, with the landscape of how things are going right now with Panda and shit, we can tell like the game is just rough right now. But it's like the game is meant to be more of a party game, therefore there are characters that have stupid shit because it doesn't matter because you're not really supposed to care about winning, right? If you notice in this game, there's no items. You don't have the ability to turn items on or off, right? And at least so far, there are no characters that have items, right? Like I can't like Z drop, for example. There's no Z dropping in this game because I can't pick up something and throw it. Right?
About that double dude.
Afigalu, like yeah, you can throw himself like as his move, right? But like I can't go over and throw the character, like pick him up and like now you can't switch or something, right?
That was a good setup. Got you in the front and the back.
And then
Yep,
you got a
should've
burst.
Burst, yeah.
So I would say the thing about burst is very important to save it, but you don't want to hoard it to the fact of like having that situation happen where it's like if you just do nothing you'll die, or in that case I'll just kill myself.
That thing is just zigzagging everywhere.
So when I shoot this out, only where those circular explosions are, that's the only spot where there's a hitbox. While it's traveling, it doesn't actually hit. And as it returns, it's the same thing as like Pyra Side B, there's no hitbox as you just saw right there.
Okay.
So it looks a lot more devastating than it actually is. It actually misses all the time. It's very annoying.
What? Spark rate 58? Dude, I'm a legend.
58, let's go. Legit, if you get anything over 30, then you're doing well as a beginner player.
Starting the sauce.
Yes, sir.